Hello everyone, how are you going? And welcome to Bodybuilder. It's only American fast food for 24 hours. Now this bodybuilder, so to say, is actually Australian NinjaWarrior champion Ben Paulson, and so it'll be interesting to see the Australian perspective on the American fast food scene.
Are you sad? If you are, then perhaps it's because you're consuming the standard American diet.
Is that milk?
Which consists of high-fat dairy and meats, lots of sugar, and lots of processed food.
Obesity rates throughout the U.S. are continuing to rise.
Obesity rates in America have been on a sharp rise since the 1980s, where there was an increase in the access to cheap fast food places, which began to replace a clean, homemade meal. With obesity being linked to heart disease, depression, and anxiety, why would someone eat all this fast food? Is obesity a choice, or is it a matter of circumstance?
And that's why I've traveled all the way to New York to figure out what it is about American fast food which makes it so damn addictive.
Wow. Well, obviously he just had to travel straight to the source for this video. There is got to be no better place to get American fast food than in the States itself. And out of everywhere to be, the Big Apple is absolutely going to be able to provide exactly what he wants. I mean, for goodness sake, I remember years ago just searching up even Domino's or Subway or McDonald's or all these different fast food places, and you look at it on Google Maps, they're like 50 meters away from each other.
We're going to kick it off today with a 99-cent pizza. It's obviously one of the most common fast foods in America. Let's go try it out. We're going to go for a pepperoni. We're going to go for a cheese bacon ranch and just the regular, cheese. Can I grab one of the 99 cents just cheese pizza? Yes. I'll grab a pepperoni and a chicken bacon ranch. Cool. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. All right, we've got our 99-cent pizza, and in classic New York style, 3 pieces of 99 cents pizza cost $6. So it turns out just the cheese pizza was 99 cents, but that's how they reel you in with that marketing. Let's take a bite of this.
Of course they do. That is perfect New York marketing right then. Putting that bit of a spin on it, just like you said, to reel you in. I mean, to be honest, you're getting virtually half an Australian pizza for $2, so to say, if you want to just average it out, because there's some seriously large slices right there. I can understand why people don't even need to buy the whole pizza. They don't even need to buy half a pizza or a small pizza. You can literally just buy one slice, and that's enough for pretty much everyone, or you buy 2 if you really need.
Let's take a bite of this cheese pizza first and see what the hype is all about. It's some good pizza, I must say. It's good pizza.
Fair enough.
And the smell of weed in the air just adds to the flavour. It's probably worth about 99 cents, no more. Pepperoni here as well.
Whoa.
Much better for the meat lovers out there. The thing about this though, especially in New York, the reason that people put on so much weight is because these options are so readily available. We've walked past several pizza places just in the 5 minutes that we've been here. If you're someone that's here and you're super busy and you don't know what to do for food, I can see how pizza is a really good option just to kind of get your quick lunch out of the way. But there's a lot of busy people that live in New York, hence why there's so much fast food and hence why there's so much obesity. I'm gonna finish off this pizza, and funnily enough, we're actually at our very next location, Taco Bell.
Oh, wow. Well, I guess that just gives credit to my story about things being right next to one another, and I wasn't even talking about just different chains, but my goodness, literally next to a dollar pizza store. That is insane as well. But look, a lot of what he is talking about absolutely makes sense. There was just an absolute boatload of people in Manhattan, so I understand why they all have to eat, and for a lot of people, they do work very busy lives, and so fast food does come at ultra convenience, especially if a lot of people are living in ultra high density living where you don't have a full kitchen and all this space just to be out there baking and cooking and doing all these things. And so I can understand how just on your way from that building to that building, you're just going to grab something to eat instead of just slugging it out over your micro kitchen.
I think everywhere we go, we're just going to go for the most common option that people go for. So obviously, Taco Bell, we're going to go for some tacos. What I do find interesting is that on the menu, it actually tells you how many calories are in each of these tacos, which makes me think that these tacos aren't very big, because 190 calories for a taco, either it's not that unhealthy or they're not very big. All right, so here are the 3 tacos. As I imagined, pretty small. It has some veggies and stuff like that. I think that's great. The true test is the taste test, obviously, so let's chow down. The mince tastes like powdery, almost. Not a huge fan, if I'm honest. This is the first time I've had Taco Bell. That's probably going to be the last. We'll get the hard shell next.
Tough grab.
This one's definitely way better. Maybe I would come back. I do have to point out that this is the 4th most popular restaurant or fast food chain in America. As far as taste, it's not amazing. As far as health, it's probably not amazing. And just these 3 burritos alone is 600 calories. That's a lot of calories, considering I don't feel even slightly full after eating them. I've got a lot more eating to do today, so let's head to the next restaurant.
See, that right there was just one of the major problems with fast food in general. You can have an entire Big Mac, 3 tacos, so many different things, but you just never really feel full because they just aren't that filling. They're so fast food and such simple carbohydrates and things like that that you never really process it and just feel full. You just go, okay, I burnt that. What's next? You just go round and round and round. And like you said, there was 600 calories in 3 tacos, and you could eat what? I don't know, 20 of them in a day if you're just really not that full. I don't know. I mean, it was also very interesting to hear his opinion on, if nothing else, just the mince. And like he said, I don't think I'd be coming back there. But then the fact that it then changed when you went to a hard shell. And so I'm wondering, is it different ingredients? Is it different flavoring? Or is it just an entirely different texture? And so it makes the mince taste better? I mean, obviously personal preference is also going to come into it, but the fact that you can go from, oh, this is not good to, oh, this is all right, is just insane to me when you're basically eating the same thing just with one soft and one hard taco. However, going back to the total calories of these 3 tacos and also him saying he wasn't particularly full, I would be interested to know, because I know that Ben is quite a large boy. He's 6'4", I believe, something like that. And so with that, as well as all the other NinjaWarrior training and exercise that he's doing, obviously he would be burning a lot of calories, but I wonder what his maintenance calories would be.
I've got a lot more eating to do today, so let's head to the next restaurant. All right, so that's enough tacos for one day. So we're gonna head to our next restaurant, which is, you know, it's kind of far away. So I'm gonna start running there now, and before you know it, we'll be there. It's called Dunkin Donuts. It's actually right here.
Wait, is that Popeyes or something? I don't know, but it looks like he's just found the most insane strip in the world. I don't know if he's going to be going there next. Obviously, we're about to go into Dunkin Donuts, but geez.
Oh, after you. Thanks, Ray, so kind.
All right.
We're here at Dunkin Donuts, which is the 9th most popular fast food chain in America. And actually what I do love, on all of these, they tell you how many calories are in every single one of these menu items. But what is shocking is how high those calories are. One of these coffee cakes is the equivalent of the 3 burritos that I just ate all together. Can I grab so 1 glazed, 1 Boston cream, and 1 pumpkin. Altogether, these 3 donuts add up to a whopping 1,000 calories. That is actually insane. 3 donuts, 1,000 calories. So Olivia wanted the spiced pumpkin. I'm gonna give that a little nibble. Yeah, it's shit. So anyway, on to the next one. Okay.
Wow.
That's really good. Classic glazed. Nowhere near as good as Krispy Kreme. However, I did go in for a second bite. And finally, everyone's favorite sex position, the Boston cream. Looks like I'm making out with it. The thing with this kind of food though, it's so high in sugar, you can get crazy addicted to food like this. Yeah. The way that sugar works in your brain is that the more you give it, the more it wants, but it kind of never really plateaus. It just always wants more and more and more. So on a graph, it would look like this: sugar intake, and then how much you crave it, and it just constantly keeps going up. Whereas a lot of other foods that you might eat, vegetables and stuff like that, if you haven't eaten certain vegetables in a while, like a carrot, it actually does give you that same reward system that sugar does, except if you keep eating the carrot, eventually you get less and less reward over time, so you get bored of it, and that's why you stop eating carrots and you want to move on to something else. Sugar doesn't do that. Sugar just keeps going up, and you want more and more, and it keeps rewarding you for it. That's why it's super dangerous.
Wow, well I knew that sugar was addictive, but I had no idea that the neurochem went that far. Just the fact that it never plateaus and never even goes down, it just is kind of exponential in a way compared to, like you said, a carrot or any other normal food, if you want to call it that just does kind of just plateau and go back down. But it definitely makes sense, because if you do think about craving a particular food, whether that be sweet, savory, healthy, unhealthy, whatever it may be, generally speaking, if you go for the healthy option, you go, okay, that was good, I had my carrot, I had my whatever, and then if you have it every single day, you're going to be bored of it. But that kind of thing doesn't really happen with sugar. People can go out there, have their Taco Bell, or I guess their Dunkin Donuts and everything else every single day and never grow tired of it. They just constantly want more, and that's why you can also have that gigantic thick shake or milkshake or coffee or whatever that thing is as well, just add on those extra calories. And like he said, there are plenty of them everywhere you go, between the pizza, just having 3 whole massive slices of pizza and then 600 calories in 3 micro tacos, and then now another 1,000. You were so easily able to just rack up the calories, and these stores are literally right next door to each other. You could go from one to another, just go breakfast, lunch and dinner. I mean, to attempt to put it into perspective for myself, I'm just wondering, where are they? Here we go. That energy, I want the sugar, no, I want the calories. How many? Was it 98? Did it just say? This is Calorie King. I have no idea, but 98 calories. So in 1 Tim Tam it's 98, compared to having 3 donuts. I mean, I can only imagine this chocolatey filled one is probably just going to be the most of them. And to be fair, 10 Tim Tams is certainly a decent amount of Tim Tams, so it probably does compare in terms of you going, oh my goodness, I've eaten way too much sugar. The only difference is, I feel as though if we just add up everything he's had in the last couple minutes, being 3 tacos and 3 donuts, I feel as though that could be someone's lunch. We're having 10 Tim Tams and something else. I doubt that would be many people's lunches.
All right, we're done here at Dunkin Donuts, off to redeem ourselves and get the next meal at the very next restaurant, which is right next door, and it's called Popeyes.
Oh, that's right. Oh my goodness.
Hey, I'm walking here. Oof, you can immediately smell that chicken straight away. I'm a massive fan of chicken, so I'm actually really excited for this. Hi there, how are you? Can I please grab the signature chicken 3-piece combo? That'd be all, thanks.
Whoa.
First things first, this arrived in like a matter of 10 seconds after I ordered it. Super fast service. You know when they say, if you want to eat healthy, eat colorful? This is the exact opposite of that. Where does the chicken start and the chip ends?
Wow.
All I'm tasting is deep fried batter. I'm not a massive fan of the chips, if I'm honest. All up this entire meal, including the drink, 1,500 calories. That's a lot of calories. All right, but we're here for the main event, which is the chicken. The first thing you notice in this chicken is that it doesn't look like chicken. Popeyes is very much known for deep frying all their food. So the negative effects of eating deep fried food like this is that it increases your obesity rates, it increases your chance of cardiac disease, but obviously the benefit is that it tastes delicious.
That's the problem with it.
Excuse me? Wow, I can see why this is so popular. That is really, really tasty. This is probably something that I would come back and get again. I'm gonna just chow down on this and then head to the next restaurant.
Well, I guess funnily enough, the hardest one to fake with chicken being chicken is actually his favorite. And I guess it makes sense. It is just kind of regular deep fried chicken, and that makes sense. Everyone knows it is pretty darn tasty. But the thing that caught me off guard is, like he said, it arrived in 10 seconds. And when I just saw it just out and about, like, where was it? It was just sitting on the shelf. Yeah, look at it all back there. It is absolutely just hanging out right there. I mean, I can understand why it only takes 10 seconds. You literally take your tongs, pick up the chicken, dump in some chips, and you're done. So I can understand, like I said, 10 seconds flat. Honestly, that takes a little bit too long for my liking. I am also seeing that they have what is it called? A biscuit, I believe. Yeah, because you have biscuits and gravy and it just looks like a scone, and that's what he had as well in this box. So you have chips, biscuit, and chicken. And I absolutely agree with everything he said about if you want to eat healthily, eat colorful food. And yes, people love to spin and say, oh, look at this, I ate every single M&M flavor, every single super duper color, I had so many colors of the rainbow, I just must be healthy. But no, obviously people just mean if you look at a salad, you have red tomato, green lettuce. But when we look at what we're looking at right here, it is just brown, and not even a shade of brown, just one color. However, something that I found curious with every single place he has been is the fact that he's got a drink. I mean, besides the pizza place, but he has got a drink with every single meal here. And so I guess he is getting combo meals, but that is just where so many extra calories that people don't even think about come about, you know? Let's say you just get a Big Mac and you only have one a day. Generally, calories wise, you're going to be okay, you're going to be within the range, but it's when people start adding chips, large chips at that, and then a large drink and just finishing it all, that your calories go through the roof. And so I don't know how he's just going to be surviving just with all of these extra calories just through a Popeyes drink, a Dunkin Donuts shake, and also a Taco Bell drink.
What do you think?
Nice.
I'm a person to actually buy those kind of sunnies. One thing that I think is extremely important to touch on is the difference between short-term and long-term gratification. And when it comes to things like fast food, we see it, we go, if I walk over there and I buy that fast food, I'm gonna feel amazing in about 5 minutes while I'm eating it. The hard part for us as humans is to make decisions for our future. Why would I force myself to go and do the thing which I don't want to do, even though I know I should be doing it? It's so difficult. It makes so much sense to just open TikTok and keep swiping, keep watching YouTube videos. Make sure you subscribe down below if you're enjoying the video. But trust me, try to learn to make the right decisions for your future instead of trying to find that next quick hit of instant gratification.
Well, look, I am sure as everyone knows, that is just the entire game of the fast food scene in a nutshell, even down to the colors that they use. You know, virtually every single fast food restaurant or chain or whatever you want to call it uses red, and that is for a very particular reason. You know, if you just see red, it's an instantaneous kind of, oh, I must do that, compared to other colors which invoke more reactions of long-term thinking, blue and green and those kind of colors. So that is why so many things are red, because they want you now. They want you to have fast food and eat it now so that you're full for about 10 seconds and then not full about 10 seconds after that, so then you buy some more. I mean, for goodness sake, even in this entire ad that we are seeing right here, massive red KFC ad. We come back here, Popeyes was red chicken, red carbs or orange carbs. Dunkin is actually also orange, to be fair, but that is very close to red. Taco Bell is the only one that has been different, being purple, but I think purple is more of a royal color, so it makes people also want to be that thing, let alone all of the dollar pizza stores, which are just covered in red. I mean, to be fair, there is a bit more heritage there in terms of the Italian flag, that's why it is green, white, and red, but the fact that every single person basically looks the same, or maybe they're just solely red, definitely says a lot about what's going on in the fast food market. And so for so many people, for so many reasons, that is truly such a problem, because yes, they are playing with your emotions and your nature, but two, they are also just ultra convenient in a place like this. And so of course in the moment, whether you think it's healthy or whether you care if it's healthy or not, of course just the instant gratification wins overall.
Speaking of instant gratification, let's go to the next restaurant. Wouldn't be America, wouldn't be New York without a New York style hot dog. We have it right behind us. Literally every single corner here in New York, there is a hot dog stand here. There's like 3 over there. We just walked past like 5 other ones. So I'm gonna go access some sausage, pop it down my throat, and give it a rating. Hey brother, how are you? Can I grab the best New York hot dog in town? Lots of options here, and if you want to wash it down, we've got nothing but extra sugar. Do you know how many calories are in one of these hot dogs? It's ketchup mustard. Apparently it's ketchup mustard. That's how many calories. To be honest, it's probably about 90% sauce, 1% hot dog. A little smaller than I was expecting. You know when the outside package makes it look really big, but then when you actually pull the trousers down, it's a little underwhelming. So this is meant to be the best hot dog in New York. Wow. New York hot dogs must be pretty crap then. I don't know how many calories is in one of these. I could probably smash at least 5, 6, 7 before I actually start to feel full. I'm gonna chow down on this. We're gonna continue on with our day.
Well, honestly, I just want to know what the price of that hot dog is, because if it's $1 or something like that, I guess I can forgive it, but just look at the size of it. I mean, yes, we already covered that he's a big person, and so he has big hands, and it's going to look smaller, kind of like Shaq and Coke bottles and water bottles and things like that. But my goodness, that thing is absolutely tiny, and the fact that he said it is about 1% hot dog, 99% sauce, I mean, fair play. I guess if that is truly how you make the best best New York hot dog, then more power to him, and I'm sure he's making plenty of money off that entire thing, especially off tourists like Ben. But no, it would definitely be interesting to know what the actual calories of that entire meal, if you want to call it that, would be. I mean, I can only assume it would probably be similar to the Taco Bell tacos, just given its size and its makeup and things like that. Maybe a couple more because of all the sauce, but who knows what they put in Taco Bell. I mean, to be fair, all of that stuff is publicly published online, so you can look it up, you can see what things are in it, you just can't see the exact recipe, I guess. But to be fair, speaking of, that is kind of the scary thing with the United States, or I can only imagine North America in general, being Canada included, is the fact that other things being chemicals that are straight out banned in other parts of the world, be Australia, New Zealand, the UK, Europe in general, are just extremely prevalent in so many everyday items and foods all over the United States. And so on top of having these highly calorific items and foods and beverages, you also then just have all of these other chemicals just playing havoc with everything.
Here we are in New York at the official MrBeast Burger. I don't know if it's healthy, I don't know if it tastes good, but we're about to find out. I'm hyped,
Right.
I'm excited. The food has to taste good. That's the main thing. So guys, how are we? Can I get one of each of the main? Appreciate it, thank you. Here's the moment of truth. We've got Chris, we've got Beast, we've got Carl, and we've got Chandler, of course. Obviously, there's a lot of hype around this kind of stuff. I love MrBeast and all these videos, so I don't want that to influence the taste of this burger though. If it's a shitty burger, I'm gonna tell you it's a shitty burger.
Beast style, come on.
That's actually not too bad. I don't really like burgers like this. Not the best burger I've ever had, but it's certainly not a bad burger. I can't imagine it's very healthy. Okay, next up we're gonna try Chris.
The chips.
I don't like it as much as the beef style, but for the bacon lovers, you guys are gonna love this one. Next up we're gonna try Carl. It's delicious.
What is that?
It's pretty basic. It's nothing special. Chandler style over here. A little bit too plain for me. I'm more in the beef style. Would I come back and eat here again? If it wasn't for the MrBeast novelty, probably not. Anyway, on to the next burger.
Ooh, interesting. Oh, just hot take if nothing else. My goodness, the fact that he said, nah, not for me. I mean, obviously it's catering towards an American taste buds, and obviously Ben is Australian, as well as the burgers being personalized for individual people. And so I guess it's kind of like, oh, this is the closest person to me, instead of it being exactly for you. Also, interestingly enough, he didn't say anything about the calories, and so I wonder if I could find it. Here we go, 1,000 calories for the beef style, 700 for Chandler's. No wonder it's a little bit plain. Then you also have the Chris style at 810, crispy chicken, my goodness, it just goes down. Carl's grilled cheese, 320 for wow, okay then, for just grilled cheese and bread, I can only imagine. To be fair though, even though these numbers are relatively high in terms of 50% of a 2,000 daily intake is a lot, in comparison to let's say the 3 donuts or a thick shake or so many other things, I bet the beef style burger would probably be the most filling one so far out of a lot of them, and especially if you compare it to something like the 3 Dunkin Donuts, you are absolutely having a better meal in terms of more well-rounded having a burger than just 3 donuts.
Anyway, on to the next burger. All right, it's dinner time, and we're at the second most popular dinner spot in America. It is none other than Chick-fil-A. Hey, how are you? Can I grab just a Chick-fil-A chicken burger? Thanks. Thank you very much. Oh, wow. All done and dusted in like 10 seconds. The one and only Chick-fil-A. Let's find out if it lives up to its number 2 spot. It looks like. Wow, that's impressive. It's one of the first burgers I've ever seen which actually looks like the photo. This burger alone is actually 500 calories. If I were to add sides like a drink and fries, it would be over 1,000 calories.
Not too bad.
Naughty. That's unreal. That's a really good burger. The chicken tastes better than Popeyes chicken. And all they do is chicken. Living in America, you guys have fast food spots on every single corner. It's actually outrageous. However, in the same breath, I will say, you've got so many fitness places and health spots, it's ridiculous. Juice spots and gyms, spas, all of that kind of stuff. So what it really comes down to is your day-to-day decisions. Do you want to make choices for your short-term gratification, or do you want to try and make decisions for your future, which may be hard at the start, but if you do it enough times, you'll be grateful in the long run. It's really up to you guys. I'll leave you with that. And I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you subscribe. Bye.
Wow. Interesting take. I mean, like I said at the start of the video, it was always going to be interesting to hear it from an Australian perspective to see how much does America influence its own citizens. I mean, I do quickly want to touch on this Chick-fil-A burger because like you said, it looks pretty decent. And the fact that it was only 500 calories in comparison to a lot of what we've just seen, even the Beast Burger being double, that's pretty impressive. I mean, I would love to see a direct comparison between the sizes because with perspective and hands, it's a bit hard. But if you put one next to each other, how much smaller, how much more filling, and how much healthier is one over the other? Because it looks like, based on the color scale, if nothing else, the Chick-fil-A is the healthiest burger we've seen all day, which I guess to be fair is kind of true considering it is only 500 calories compared to a lot of the other ones being 6, 7, 8, and 9, and even 1,000 calories for one particular burger. However, something that I am interested to see is the fact that even though grilled isn't in the same kind of vein of directly fast food, 10-second fast food, it is still fast food. And so if we go nutrition and we just see, surely there has to be some kind of table. Come on, show me something. Actually, unfortunately, maybe on the menu it will say, even though it'll probably be in kilojoules, because yeah, Australia just works off energy instead of just random measurements. Let's just say we go the summer sunset, 2800 kilojoules. So if we go 2800, what is it, 670? Wow, grilled burgers aren't small, and so that certainly puts the MrBeast Burger into perspective for me. But honestly, even though I can sit here and just look at all the numbers on the screen and do all the maths and calculations and to convert calories to kilojoules and kilojoules to calories, just having Ben's perspective, being another Australian perspective on the entire American fast food scene is just insane. I mean, even just his ability to present all these different fast food places, from pizza to Taco Bell to Dunkin Donuts, the list goes on clearly, and he only just got a slither of it, and this is only a particular case study in truly just Manhattan's center. And so even though this ultra high density living and also ultra high density fast food place isn't the norm all over America, it is definitely, like I said, interesting to know how the other side live and really why it is such a problem in so many places all over the world. But anyway, in saying that, I reckon I'm going to call it there. So thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, feel free to do the YouTube algorithm things down below. Also, if this is the first video of mine that you are watching, then make sure to go check out any other ones I've done. Also, make sure to go check out the original video and also the top link that is Ben down in the description below. Or hey, maybe you even just want to consider subscribing so that you don't miss out on one of these in the future. But all in all, have a good one and see ya.